gamers. What's up, nerds? Wake up. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here on a lovely spring Tuesday morning on a small island off the coast of Costa Rica, affectionately referred to as Site B. It is spooky September and it's Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, we take a look at toys. Most specifically, we take a look at Games Workshop Warhammer toys because, one, they're cool. Two, I wish I was half as creative as these guys. Three, they're toys. And four, I'm pretty much the only person in our neck of the woods that looks at Games Workshop. And I think if, more D&D type tabletop role-playing games people should appreciate the amount of work and creativity that goes into the Games Workshop stuff, even if playing a Warhammer type game might never be their thing. So let's check what, if anything, has changed in the world of Games Workshop since last week. Happy to report no rules changes since the last time we spoke. We know that that is the biggest, longest running joke in the world of Games Workshop players, how the rules constantly change. Not much, though. Mostly just some paint guides and some look at the new figures for the new Warhammer. So this is I'm going to say this wrong, Cerastus Knight, Cerastus Knights. This looks like a tech type 40K. Well, no, actually not 100% 40K. It looks like somewhere between the sort of steampunky look of normal Warhammer and 40K. I mean, it's got this sword, and that faceplate definitely looks more medieval than futuristic. So yeah, I mean, and then not sure what's going on with this leg piece here. Must be a color scheme or something. I know there was a one unit called the Harlequins in Warhammer, but I didn't think that was a 40K unit. Anyways, yeah. So, and then here's some alternatives to that build. And then this guy somehow managed to get this pretty cool looking action build going on here. Which is interesting since these are not posable models. So what he or she probably did is used a hairdryer to loosen up the plastic on the figure and bend it into the position that they wanted, and then cooled it off, and then used paint and what's that stuff called? Green goop, to get it to look the way they wanted to get this action pose. At least I think that's how it's done. A person who told me, who did figuring, I'm sure this one looks more for like a medieval look, told me that was one of the ways you could make the plastic metal figures bend, is if you use a hairdryer to loosen it up and then just bend them and then cool them back down. I kind of like this one more. Definitely going for sort of more of a European British combination of classic British coat of arms and that sort of steampunky. That's also a word, right? Look here. So here are some painting guides and some options for these good dudes. Look at that. That's just, yeah. That's got the gritty look of what a mech would actually look like after some fighting. Again with the orange. I don't know why I don't like the orange so much. It just looks wrong. Maybe it's just my screen or my eyes. So these are all just variations on this one build and how people have modified it and painted it, and some painting guides. Of course, the painting guides are always free. We've got a look at one of the units, the Legion Imperialists for House of Heresy, and some paintings. And yeah, not much going on in this article. Some of these articles, I don't know why they're in the news section. They're not news. The rumor engine for this week. Yep, no new rumors. Again, I love this. I wish more companies would do this. I think this is a brilliant idea that even if you have nothing to say for that week, you just keep hinting at the possibility every week. There's definitely other game companies, I think, that should adopt this idea. Top of my head, I've said this before. I say this every week. Yeah, Darrington Press. You should copy this idea. Wizards of the Coast could copy it too, but they tend to self-destruct themselves. But yeah, just, if you have a web page that you think people are going to be visiting, this is a brilliant idea. I really like that idea. A new alternative paint guy for the vampires. And some of the new looks for the vampire team for Blood Bowl. Hey, that vampire team, they really suck at Blood Bowl. Yeah, that hair wouldn't work at all, dude. In a football game, somebody would just grab your hair and slam you down. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're going. I mean, you could use these guys for normal vampires in any horror type setting. That's the coolness about them. They don't look specific enough to Blood Bowl or any other type of specific thing that you could just, here's some vampires. Here's some vampires wearing a helmet. Here's a vampire that for some reason has got a bat hanging from his wrist. Because, yeah. And no, I don't know what that is, but that's adorable. Okay. This is probably the biggest thing. The Warhammer Alliance Back to School for 2023 is out. So this is a program similar to the Wizards of the Coast educational program and a couple other people who've done this type of program where they reach out to schools and say, here, pick up this pack of stuff. We'll send you a whole bunch of free shit, and we'll send you ideas of how to get a Warhammer or Dungeons and Dragons or Paizo or whatever club going. If you remember last year, we reached out to Wizards of the Coast to see if they would send us their free thing, and they did. I believe there is a new one for Wizards of the Coast this year, but I haven't seen how to sign up for it yet. So we may have to try and do that again. We should try and sign up for this one. I don't know what I would do with this if they actually sent it to me. I mean, because I would never build any of this shit. I don't have the skill. But it'd be fun to see if they actually sent it to me. Technically, I do work for an educational organization through Team Primetime. So we should give it a try. And if the Wizards of the Coast one is up, I think it is, we should try that one too. So yeah, I'll try and sign up for it and see if they send it to us once we are done talking today. Let's see. We got some new detachment rules. What? New rules for Warhammer 40K when the new rule book just came out like 2 weeks ago? Now, hopefully they made them free to download. Oh, yeah, they did. Say what you will about Games Workshop. When they do change things up, they give you the changes for free. On the website, if you're clever enough to explore the website. Paizo does that too, through their Paizo website, their take on D&D Beyond. It would be nice if Wizards did the same thing, but no, why save people money on the upcoming product by making it free like your competitors do, when you can charge people $150 for 20 pages of information and 70 pages of art. So here are some new rules and some explanations of rules for people who don't understand them for these units. These are the Space Marines, the classic quote-unquote good guys of Warhammer 40K, the big chunky mechs and their big chunky powered armor, stomping through the galaxy, keeping the universe safe in the name of the Empire. Here's 40 years? Wow. Doesn't seem that long. Here's another educational thing where for setting up a Warhammer Day at your hobby shop and getting a collection of figures to give away for your hobby at your hobby shop. If people show up, I don't know about this one. Kind of, there's aspects of it I like. Definitely like the paint job that this person went for. The big chunky helmet with the big weird shield, but then it's got this thing on it. Is that supposed to be like a bolt thrower? Like, does it shoot the little deer head off, or is it just person being like, "Look at me, I'm so cool. I've got this extra clunky thing on my back to display my loyalty to the house of the deer." If this person is walking through a battlefield and there's something like at this height, whack, they're knocked over. Yeah, I don't know if that would work in real life. And that's about it. And my phone's ringing. Hello? Speaking. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for calling me.